basically, is Super Rugby setting the All Blacks up to fail? The standard at Super Rugby is fling it and ying it. All right. International rugby, not so much fling it and ying it. Okay. And when we talk about setting them up to fail, we're really talking about South Africa, aren't we? Because we've seen that actually hasn't held them back so far. But when they go to South Africa, they'll be under constant pressure that they aren't used to.
Super Rugby is fling it, yang it. Yep, agree with you on that one. I think the Kiwis are getting back to that fling it and yang it, which we like to see. I think you're right with the constant pressure of the South African team. Now, obviously, we don't travel there, so players don't get to play against those sorts of players, that sort of game plan, but who knows? Honestly, who knows? I'm finding these questions tough to answer today because I want to see us in that first match, second match, just to see what we actually are like.
Isn't it funny? Because it's the unknown, isn't it?
Absolutely.
It is the unknown.
We've obviously got a new coach in, and we're starting to see us playing the way that we used to play. Now, when we used to play like that, we were able to find ways to beat South Africa or be closer to them. Have South Africa changed the way they play in 10 years?
Yes.
How so?
They are far more width into their game.
Yes. Okay.
They kick the ball less. They've got far more width.
I disagree with you.
And they are very, very innovative.
So they've kicked the ball.
Innovative?
Innovative. Far out. Something like that.
They're very...
Yes.
They're that, yeah.
That one. No, but, okay. I disagree with you on the kicking point. Since the Nations Championship, they have kicked the ball far more than any other country.
Yeah, it doesn't mean that they've kicked the ball less than they used to.
I disagree. Japan are actually second on that list,
So you know the stats of how they've kicked in previous years to how they're kicking this year?
Yes.
Oh, good.
Yeah. 5% less this year. But 20% more than anyone else. But compared to the rest of the world, they are kicking the ball a lot more.
I would say...
And they're kicking it from the box kick, and they're still doing what they do and that what they do well. Box kick, wingers chase in, they contest, they either make the player make a mistake or they're there to tackle him, try and get a turnover, or they get the ball back themselves.
Do you know what? Like this tournament, this tour, this is just different level, eh? Do you know what I mean? Like it is. If we go across there and we manage to draw the series, that will be absolutely a massive success for the All Blacks. If we go across there and the only game we win is the one in America, I think that'll be a pretty bitter pill to swallow, because I think high quality coaching should get New Zealand one win.
I agree.
In South Africa.
I agree. Now, I was having this conversation yesterday with a South African who I work with, and he sort of asked me, how many games do you think you'll win? And I said, I think we'll win at least one. And then he said, is that going to be the one in America? And I said, look, either or, I think we'll get at least one win. So is one win in South Africa a success?
I think one win in South Africa is a borderline pass for Dave Rennie and his team, But if it was the first game, I think they need to win. If they're going to win one game, and if it's the first game, then they should draw the series minimum.
I think if New Zealand win the first game, we will do better than if we win another game, if that makes sense. So if we win that first game, then the pressure will be 100% on South Africa. Now, I do think that South Africa are obviously going into this greatest rivalry tour as massive favourites. Would you agree?
That they're going in like with the bookies, huge favourites.
Are they?
Yeah. So I can't remember what it is for them to win. So I think for every dollar, it's like $1.30 if they win it. For to draw is for every dollar you put down, you win $3.50 back, right? And if New Zealand win, it's $7.50.
Wow.
So it's a huge, they're huge favourites.
Yeah, they are big favourites, aren't they?
So, draw is still a good...
Yeah, not a bad bet.
Not a bad return, is it?
So that is the 3 games in South Africa and the 1 game in America.
That's right.
Okay.
I think it could be our greatest weapon.
Who will feel the pressure? Is New Zealand going to going, oh God, we've got to win one.
No,
we've got to try and do this.
New Zealand are definitely not going to go in going, oh, whatever. They're going to go in like with nothing to lose and everything to gain. Whereas South Africa, they can talk all they want about they want to win the World Cup, and they'll do it at the cost of all it. What a load of absolute rubbish! That they will not want to be only the second team in the history of South African rugby to lose a Test series at home against the All Blacks. They won't want it. They won't want. Rassie will not be on that honours.
Rassie won't be, and we did mention that. Will Rassie be that worried about the Nations Championship? Absolutely. He's not going to want to lose it. I think he's less interested.
He's less interested,
but,
and he's more worried about the World Cup than that. But I think this is big.
I still think that he'll want to win the Nations Championship.
I think he would want to win it, but I think he'll rotate his players like he already has done. He'll continue to do that even in the at the back end of. I could see him in the final rotating his players.
I can't see that happening.
Well, there you go.
I can't see that happening at all.
We'll see, won't we? We'll see.
A final's a final. If you make the final, you put your best team out.
Anyway,
it would make a bit of a mockery. It would still win it, obviously.
Going back to the question, I think it could be our greatest weapon. If we can not be stopped from playing quick ball, we do have the opportunity to outrun South Africa. South Africa are playing way more attractive rugby, way more stylish rugby, but when they're put under pressure, they'll revert back to type. They're very, very good on the tight, but that means they pick teams that are good on the tight. Those are big boys. I know it's an old adage, but they're going to be tired, right? Running around big units, they're going to be tired. So I would say the speed of the game, if New Zealand can keep the speed of the game up, if they can really attack those edges, if they win back their kicking, I think they've got half a chance. And Super Rugby, being the high octane style that it is, means that we have it's not second nature to us. It's our blood.
But also, someone's having a barbecue, aren't they? Smells good. Not us though. I think it'll be interesting, and I think it'll almost come down to tactics of who can can they slow the All Blacks down, or can we get past what their tactic is and fling it and ying it?
Can we build momentum?
Yeah. Can we build momentum? Can we get quick ball?
Because if we can't build momentum or get quick ball, and this was the bit that I mentioned quite a while ago about Wellington, which was the biggest change, is they managed to still find space with slow ball. If New Zealand can find space with slow ball, that is the last, well, it's not the last thing, But it's the real. When you play South Africa, you're going to have slower ball. They will try and slow down the game. So if you can make sure, even with a slow game, you still find space, it's winner, chicken dinner.
Refereeing will be interesting.
Very.
Won't it? Because if they're trying to slow down the ball, and are they doing it illegally, is the referee going to pull it up, or vice versa? If we're trying to slow the ball down, or we're trying to do something a bit different, are we going to get pulled up? So it'll be really interesting about who they pick, and do they have the nuts to do something about it?
The nutties.
Who are the referees that you would
pippies.
like to see?
Nigel Owens. Roll them out.
Wayne Smith? No, Wayne. What was his name?
Smith. Give him the whistle, lads. He's been a great coach.
What's his name? Wayne Barnes?
Barnesy. He's retired as well. Yeah.
That's what I mean.
I don't really. Do you know I liked Jaco Piper? He's now in the coaching staff of the South African side. I wouldn't want him refereeing. I liked him. I liked Nigel Owens. I do think the international referees at the moment aren't nearly as good as they used to be.
Oh my God, they are some of them are absolutely dreadful.
Yeah, I think that the TMO. I mean, Angus Gardner in that last game. Blatantly did want to award that try, but what annoyed me about that was, so the TMO was quite happy to basically say to him, "You're wrong," when it came to the ball was touched.
Yeah,
but he wasn't happy to overrule him to say the tackle was high.
Yeah,
because if the tackle wasn't high, then he would have scored. It should have been a penalty try.
Yes.
And they should have drawn the game.
Yeah. Well, if they had kicked, they would have got the kick.
They would have got the kick.
Wow.
So he was happy to say, no, the ball wasn't grounded correctly.
Yeah.
But if it hadn't have been a high tackle, he wouldn't. He wouldn't have needed to go there.
But I liked to see Angus Gardner putting his foot down a little bit.
But he didn't.
Well, he did, didn't he?
He didn't.
No, but he did, because the TMO, at the end of the day, is the ruler of all.